What's up, world, and welcome to What Time It Is, your one-stop shop with your one-man band, Wade Mac. Whew, that's a lot to say. Anyway, man, today is a special day.
Yes, sir.
As y'all can see, I got this young gentleman right here next to me, man. What? Now, your name's Damien. That's your government. But what do you want the world to know you as?
Call me Mavriq.
Mavriq.
Mavriq. Yes.
How you spell that?
Mavriq.
Mavriq.
That
So I'm here.
Kind of sexy, right? No.
Mavriq. I dig it.
Mavriq, right?
Yeah, that's a good name.
Mavriq. Don't get it wrong, y'all.
I'm digging that, man. So I'm here with my man Mavriq, who's heavy into entertainment already. I should say that. You got your tournaments with gaming.
Yes, I do.
You got crazy ideas, about like doing stuff like this, a podcast, right?
Yeah. Podcast. And we're gonna get a speed dating. We used to talk.
Yeah, speed dating. All kinds of ideas, right? Yeah. So but with the podcast though, like what kind of ideas did you have for it?
So I want to do some for the city of San Antonio. We're out here in San Antonio. I'm born and raised here. We have a music scene. I don't know quite what to call the music scene, but we do have a music scene.
San Antonio has its own signature sound.
I wouldn't call it our own signature, but we do have a sound, and it's something that I want to kind of put on blast. I want everyone to hear. Get everybody in one place, one spot, talk about what goes on in the city.
Yeah.
Just talk. I just want to talk, man. I like to talk. I like to start trouble. I like the controversy. I like to talk shit. Really.
And that's how all great things get started off anyways. It starts off with a simple conversation, right?
Yes, sir.
So we definitely did plenty of talking, and I think now, folks, we're at the spot where we need to start doing some walking. What do you think?
I agree with you. I've been bullshitting with this for about a year and a half. I have all kind of ideas, like you said.
But it's tough though. I mean, it's tough to bring ideas out and about. I get that.
I mean, I can say it's tough. I just been bullshitting, to be honest with you.
Okay.
We just gotta do it.
Well, bullshit no more. Now we got What Time It Is. This is my show. I'm your host, Wade Mac, and this is pretty much, like I said, your one-stop shop with your one-man band. And what I mean by that is, we got entertainment news, we got sports news, we got news, we got trending topics that we talk about. And you can get all that information right here. You know what I mean? That's why I say it's your one-stop shop. I'm your one-man band because I'm pretty much just the only host. And luckily tonight, man, we got an audience. We got the cast of Peaches and Cream. If y'all want to say hello.
Hi.
Yep, got you. Blast.
We're live.
All right. Y'all need some more airtime?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we got the girls of Peaches and Cream here, man, and their podcast is it's pretty dope too. Please, somebody come over here and say like one thing about Peaches and Cream. Just say one thing.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
All right, well, it's me, Philly P from Peaches and Cream. And if y'all ever listen or wanting to listen to something that is comedic, entertaining, we talk about anything from trending topics to relationships to just everyday life drama in general. Sometimes we have super funny conversations. Sometimes we have super deep conversations. Yeah. It's a little bit of something for everybody, men and women alike. So if you want to listen to it, Peaches and Cream SF, Peaches letter N Cream SF, IG, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, iPhone, and iTunes podcast. That's how y'all find us.
Wonderful.
There you go.
That was professional right there. A round of applause for Philly P, man. That was very professional. And by round of applause, I mean I'm gonna put the effect in later on with it. So anywho, all right. So man, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
No, not a problem, man. Anytime.
Yes,
And we got a lot going on, man. We had game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight.
What happened to James?
Man, God damn it, man. Like,
oh, man.
51 points, right? 51 points. I'm not even going to get into the numbers just yet.
We should get into the numbers.
Not yet. We're going to get there. But the end result, like when it went to OT,
okay.
I knew it was a wrap. I knew. What'd you think when overtime came? What'd you think was gonna happen?
Yeah, no. Overtime when you had those boys shooting threes, Curry, he don't play around. James is not that fourth quarter overtime guy that everyone says he is. So once you didn't close it out, especially being on the road, you knew it was going to be over at that point.
Yeah, you know,
Shout outs to George Hill.
Oh man, George Hill. I ain't gonna put it all on George Hill, but that missed free throw, man, that cost y'all the dub. A missed free throw cost you the dub, man.
Y'all, ain't you a Cavs fan?
I'm a San Antonio Spurs fan.
San Antonio Spurs.
But I am a fan of LeBron James.
Ugh.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You can't knock greatness no matter who it is. You can't knock it. He's over here sticking his tongue out at folks, man. If y'all don't know anything about Damian, he's straight up playboy material, man. So you're not gonna concur to that?
Nah, I'm a family man.
Family man first, of course, man, but playboy second. Playboy by nature, of course. So anyway, man, 124-114. Cavs fall short, man, to the Golden State Warriors at home. Just to get into the numbers, man, LeBron had 48 minutes, of course, 51 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. You know, he does it all the time, man. Not 51 points, but he's always on top of the stats for his team, man. We had Kevin Love. He showed up with 21, 11, and 4. You know, 14 and 1, which is pretty good. 14 rebounds, 3 of those offensive. Tristan Thompson didn't really do too much. We got J.R. Smith, who had a bonehead play.
J.R. Smith
a
has
veteran.
The dumbest player in professional basketball.
Man, J.R., what were you thinking, bro?
Like he was not thinking.
What were you thinking? J.R., if you didn't watch the game, man, J.R. Smith, he got an offensive rebound when the Cavs were up, right?
No, that's off the free throw George Hill missed. Wasn't it?
I don't think so.
George Hill missed a free throw. J.R. Smith got the rebound, and he took it out with like 4 or 5 seconds left. And then he passed it back to the sideline and shot up an air three-pointer to go to overtime.
That's how it happened? Okay.
Yeah, I believe
so. Being a veteran like J.R. Smith, who's not a stranger to the NBA Finals, you know, he held the ball, killed time when the Cavs needed to score more points to, get ahead, and it was just bonehead. How else can you explain that? That was just straight up bonehead play from a veteran, man. So definitely not good to see. But on the other side of the court, man, we had the Golden State Warriors. Draymond with 13, Durant with 26, Steph Curry, man.
Durant had 26?
Yeah, Durant only had 26, man. But Steph Curry, 29. How many assists? 9 assists. You know, that's pretty good ball, man. And Klay Thompson with 24. And that's pretty evenly distributed amongst Golden State.
No, I think it was a good collective game. I think Durant, I don't know what was wrong with Durant. He didn't play his normal game. But Steph Curry, oh man, that dude's unbelievable.
He really is, man.
That's my guy.
You like Steph?
I like Steph.
I can't knock Steph at all, man. And he's a guy that he's small, but he plays hard, man. He's clutch, no matter what. Anytime, any point of the game, he's clutch. He plays the defense the best he can because Cleveland was doing the switch up top, getting Bron on Curry. And Curry came back,
Curry was getting LeBron James up one-on-one.
Come on, man. Curry getting his ass done in, needing help.
He was dealing with He had him.
Man, you better get on that shoulder shimmy shit.
Nah.
But what I'm going to get at is he would come back and he would want the switch from Cleveland to have LeBron on him and to get like Kevin Love on him too. He was doing Love in, you know what I mean?
You got to understand, he does everybody in, but Love is so slow-footed.
Yeah,
he can't guard him.
Yeah, that's a tough defense for him. And I know I get it. Once you get a switch, you can't look back for other defenders to come that'll be a better defense to Curry. So you have to stay on him. So you got to do the best you can with a dribbler like that and the guy who can just pull the ball and shoot from anywhere. That's hard to defend. It's pretty much almost impossible. Like KD's fucking fadeaway. You know what I mean? Like, who can defend that?
I thought it was kind of cool how Curry was stepping up to the challenge. So when they switched off and LeBron would, screen with JR would go out to the top.
Yeah.
And then that would put Curry on LeBron James. I like that Steph Curry stepped up to the challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
He didn't kind of shy away from it and look for help and nothing like that. I mean, Steph Curry, he's what, 4-0. LeBron James is 9-10.
Yeah.
So it's really
pretty much.
it's really only so much that Curry can do. Yeah. In real life, but it's some fact that he kind of stepped up to it and took on that challenge. as a superstar, you got to do that. You know, you got to do that to make your mark.
Yeah, totally agree, man. Steph, he's repping for the little niggas for sure. You know, like taking up on the challenge, man, straight up. So again, 124-114. Golden State pulls it off by 10. I gotta go on record, man. I'm upset.
You should be.
I'm upset. You know, game 1 they had it, but you know, game 2 is what, in a couple days. You gotta be ready.
So what'd your boy LeBron do in the fourth quarter and overtime?
That's good question. He didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Define that shit. He was over 4 in overtime.
Yeah, I mean, but 51 points though.
No, that's great and all. Like, okay, so this is my thing. I'm going on blast. I'm gonna tell you. You already know, I am the biggest LeBron James hater.
Yeah.
I'll go on record with that.
Yeah.
And if there's anybody out there, that hates LeBron James more than me, come find me, and I will try to hate him.
It looks
more
like we got a few that might be your match.
But with that being said, I mean, LeBron James right now is the greatest athlete in all sports.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of this era right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it to him hands down.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be biased about it.
Yeah.
But when he gets the ball, I talk about this all the time. He needs to stop. I mean, I can't tell him what he needs to do and not to do. But if he would take that ball in the lane and score instead of shooting those shots, those jumpers, when he's tired, he would help that team out so much more, in my opinion.
I think, I'm with you on that 100%. But also, he's tired, man. So his legs are done. He's not going to be as strong going to the hole. So what he can do is penetrate and dish to the open man. But he did that. But his men need to hit their shots.
But see, that's the thing. You're the superstar of the team. You can't drive and dish in the fourth quarter. That is your team. That team is on your back.
True.
You can't keep on driving to the cup, dish it out to somebody else, and expect George Hills to make that shot. You got to take that shot. You got to go dunk on somebody, get fouled, go to the line, and make your free throws.
True.
Period.
But 51 points. He did it all early. He put his team in a position to win. It's a team effort.
Yeah.
He puts them in positions to win the game when he scores a lot of points early.
Okay.
So when it comes time to take over and get the dub, your teammates got to step up because they clearly haven't been scoring.
So, well, I mean, they've been scoring individually on different games. But again, you have LeBron James, man. Mm-hmm. If you want to get your teammates involved, you got to get them involved early. You can't just sit on the sideline watching the game, you dribbling and scoring the whole game, and now it's a fourth quarter and
they all cold. I got you.
You got to get them in the floor of the game, and that's how I look at it. LeBron James, again, I go on record saying he's the greatest basketball player right now. Yeah, but
you can't win them all, man, and this is definitely an eye opener for me.
He only got 3 more to lose.
But it's definitely not going to happen. I'll say at least 6 games this series. But moving on, man, we got stuff going on in the NFL. Brandon Marshall, which is a surprise to me, but kind of not really. But this is a good comparison because we got 2 receivers I'm finna mention that are in at the latter end of their careers.
All right.
One who got released by the Cowboys, Dez Bryant. He got released, I think, May 2nd, or was it before then? It was probably before then. And then we got Brandon Marshall, who was with the Jets, right? Oh no, he's with the Giants. He was just last with the Giants.
Yes.
And he got picked up by the Seattle Seahawks. And Brandon Marshall surprisingly got picked up before Dez Bryant, but I kind of get it because Dez Bryant, he really ain't shit. You know what I mean?
Really ain't shit.
He really ain't shit. Okay. I mean, on the field, okay? I don't know this man on the field. I just know what I see. Now in college, because you mentioned this earlier today, in college, dude was a beast, and you said he pretty much earned his millions off of his reputation in college because he did not produce in the NFL like he was expected to.
However long he's been playing in the NFL, all that money is based off of his career at Oklahoma State. Like he's made a career off of those years. Mm-hmm. Dez Bryant, he's a good guy to have on your team because he's going to bring different coverages, so to speak. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't know. He catches big balls and drops the easy ones. He'll catch a touchdown. He'll drop 4 first downs, and they got a punt.
True. He's definitely notorious for dropping balls that he should absolutely catch that hit him right in both palms. And you know, I'm not going to say for his pocket. It's unfortunate that he's not being picked up by anybody, but I totally get it because his work ethic is subpar.
Yes.
He drops balls.
Yes.
He doesn't work hard. He doesn't go to meetings.
Yes.
All of this is documented. So other teams are looking at it like, and I spoke on this on the previous show, he's pretty much toxic to their locker room. If we pick up Dez Bryant, knowing that he's that diva type receiver that the NFL coaches hate because they're uncoachable, if we bring this young man on who's pretty much just going to be 50-50, why not just get somebody out of the draft, or why not just get somebody out of free agency and have somebody that's coachable instead of having this diva who's just going to cause problems in our locker room?
I mean, okay, so on the inverse, why would you bring him on? He's a veteran. You know, he has a lot of information that he could teach these young players. Now, of course, as you said, not going to meetings. What do you think someone with that kind of attitude is going to teach your young players when it comes to work ethic, preparing for the game, and doing what you have to do? Right. But on the inverse, you know, wouldn't you think he'd be able to help a team? Like, of course, while, you know, with just his presence alone at times is going to bring...
It demands attention. You're right. You know, it demands attention.
He can literally take the top off of defense if need be.
Now you got to think about how corners look at Dez Bryant now. They don't respect his footwork. They don't respect his technique. He doesn't need to be double teamed, especially at this point in his career.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
No,
it's like Brandon Marshall, because they're both big receivers, you know, but cornerbacks can keep up with them from their lack of size with their speed. So with these guys lacking, well, I'm not going to say, I don't know much about Brandon Marshall's footwork, but with the lack of footwork from Dez, a cornerback who has somewhat experience can make up for that with his speed catching up to the ball. You know what I mean? So it's like, you don't need to double cover Dez Bryant. You know, I haven't seen Dez Bryant double covered much last season.
No.
You know what I mean? You know, so it's kind of like, is it worth it? I'm sure that's what these owners are thinking, these GMs, these coaches. Is it worth having this young man who's a veteran, who has proven himself?
Okay.
You know, he's not trash. He's a good receiver, but he could have been great. But could have been. Well, that window is passed. That's what I think.
We also got to look at the dynamic of the Cowboys. Let's start with that. You have Jason Witten. He just left, so they have no real true tight end. He retired.
True.
You have Dez Bryant, as you said, you spoke on. He's a cancer to the team. And then you have a young Dak who, in my opinion, isn't what they need him to be.
Give him time, man. Give him time.
Yeah, I mean, you're a Dak fan, man. Like, you like a lot of losers. I don't understand that, but I mean, so we have Dak who isn't producing as he should produce. So, you know, with a Dak and a Dez, they can't make it happen together. So they had to get rid of Dez. They need to bring in guys. They brought in Allen Hurns, who I think
is a good pickup.
I think it's a decent pickup depending on his health, because of course, you know, he's been injured. He had a really good year at Jacksonville. Then he kind of fell off this past year. And this was the year that Bortles was actually pretty good this year.
Yeah, he had a good season.
So, I mean, but again, is Dak going to be that guy that's going to take Hurns to the next level? I don't think so. He's not a Romo-type quarterback, which you know that I'm a huge Romo fan.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. I love Romo. You know, many debates about, you know, people saying Romo suck and he's trash, you know, and you know, you had to paint the picture like Romo. He's not your I was going to say Drew Brees. Wow. He's not your Peyton Manning. He's not your Tom Brady. He's not going to get it all done with his arm. He needs help from the running game.
You're talking about Romo or Dak?
I'm talking about Romo, and the same is for Dak too. He's young. He only had 2 NFL seasons, so he has a ton of stuff to learn about pro football. So what helped him that first season was, of course, was
Dak. So how many years do you give Dak?
You got to give a quarterback like Dak. You got to give him 3 to 5 years to develop.
Why?
Because this is the NFL. And don't say that, you know, you in college you're pretty much learning how to be an NFL quarterback. No, you do not.
No,
it's a whole nother beast.
Okay.
So you need at least 3 full seasons of experience to understand how the NFL work and how to because let's be honest, Tony Romo, did he come out guns blazing?
Solid.
He came out guns blazing.
Tony Romo came off the bench and took and took spots. Tony Romo came in and balled.
And then also, you know, we know the IQ of Tony Romo.
No,
and he was a backup.
No. Okay, so
he was a backup for many years.
So with that, you say you need to give him some more years, 3 to 5 years to understand football. I got it. How old is that? Pro football. How old is that?
What, 22, 23?
He's
very young.
He's been playing football, let's say 15 plus years, right?
Okay.
2 or 3 more years is not going to make his arm any stronger than what it is. Now, his arm is what his arm is.
So you're saying he lacks
his accuracy
strength?
Is what his accuracy is, and it's nothing good. Like, that's the thing that people don't understand. You can teach somebody the football game, X's and O's, but if your arm is not accurate, it's not accurate. You just can't get better overnight on that.
Okay, but think about, so with accuracy, a lot of that depends on timing, right? The timing that quarterback has with his receiver. So he knows a certain route is going to happen. He knows it's coming. He knows the pattern of that receiver.
Okay.
He knows when to get that ball released. He knows where to put it. That's where the accuracy comes in.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a shifty, what's his name? A shifty Cole Beasley that was not consistent. You know what I mean? He could
who was not consistent?
Cole Beasley.
You don't think he was consistent?
I don't think Cole Beasley was consistent. When it came to route running, Cole Beasley got shut down a lot, and simply because he's a smaller guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the same thing that Wes Welker dealt with. You know, he was a smaller guy, which is why he ended up retiring pretty early, because he was getting his bell fucking rung. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So that comes into play. And then he had Dez Bryant, who has no footwork. So how you going to get timing with Dez? You know what I mean? Who's your number one receiver? And then, you know, he got like, I don't want to call Terrence Williams subpar. He's an average.
Why not? No, really, why not?
Because I'm spitting. Terrence made a lot of good plays.
He made a lot of bad plays too.
He did, but he made way more good plays than bad. But he's not that receiver that you're going to go to off top. He was your number 3, number 4.
I mean,
so you can't depend on a number 3, number 4 like you're supposed to your number 1.
Yeah.
So anyway, what I'm getting at is that messes up your timing, man. So I feel like if Dak gets a more stable receiving core, he'll be able to work on that timing. Then that accuracy will get better. Then production will get better. That running game is going to be fire. The running game is going to be tight and straight up. So when he has the relief of a running game too, that's going to make him much better, man.
Okay, no, totally agree. Now, as you said that, Allen Hurns, Noah Witten, Cole Beasley, Terrence Williams, that Brown or Bowden or whatever his name is.
Oh yeah,
Bruce, whatever. Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
That is not a hell of a receiving core.
No, it's. I was gonna say trash.
It's not a hell of a receiving core. I
can't talk about my Cowboys like that.
So I mean,
but yeah, it's subpar.
So I mean, getting rid of Dez with that receiving core, and let's have something up their sleeves. I think it's kind of like, you know, renegotiate contract. Of course, he was probably asking for too much, but you know, that's one thing. I thought they should have traded Dez a long time ago while his value was high.
Yeah,
personally. And then as you started the whole conversation off with Brandon Marshall, I think that's the worst pickup ever. Brandon Marshall, his footwork, as you said, is suspect. He makes great socks though. He makes great socks. Like
what the hell do you mean by that?
He has his own sock line.
Does he really?
Dress socks.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They're nice. I think they even deliver them to your front door type stuff. You order them, they'll get out there at noon tomorrow.
He's great at that then.
Yeah, his footwork is solid. His footwork is
the sock game, right?
Yeah, but
I didn't know that.
Brandon Marshall, he's just old. He's lazy. He's slow. He's collecting a paycheck, man.
Yeah, I hear you, man. And you know, when you're at that point in your career, 'cause I think he's been in 12 years. In his 10th year was his best ever. You know, I think he had like 14 touches.
With the Jets, right?
Yeah, with the Jets.
Who was he at before the Jets? He was with Chicago, right? No?
Was he in Chicago?
Yeah,
he was at Chicago.
Yeah, he was good in
and
Chicago.
Then prior to Chicago, Miami, prior to Miami, Denver.
Yeah, he was good.
But he stood out. I mean, in what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, he was cold as shit.
8,000 yard seasons. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, I remember him from
not
Chicago.
a slouch at all. Yeah, Chicago. He was big. He was big time.
I remember him from Chicago. He was good there.
So we'll see, man. I mean, this you can't really say much right now. It's the pre-season. You know what I mean? Not even that. You know, they're just now doing OTAs. You know, but we'll see what happens.
Well,
Hopefully
they got this flag football league coming up. So Dez Bryant, if you need a spot, we got one for you. We got one for you in the city of San Antonio. I promise you'll start. We'll throw you everyone.
That's fucked up. That's so fucked up, man. Well, anyway, man. Okay, so what you think about Trump and his influence on the NFL right now with the whole kneeling, or protesting the national anthem?
What do I think about Trump?
Well, what do you think about his influence? Because I think he's at a win. I think he's at a winning position from last season to this season.
Okay.
About the whole disrespect of the national anthem.
Man, I think I really don't think too much about Trump, but as far as Trump and this situation going on with the NFL and the kneeling, I think I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I love playing devil's advocate. I think the NFL should do what they're doing.
Agreed. And so
this is the NFL, and you're military, prior military. So I mean, you may have your own personal opinion about how the flag is represented, so to speak.
And I wasn't bothered by the protests.
Yeah, and that's because you being a black man as well as a military personnel, you understand what the kneeling was. And it wasn't what they're trying to make it be.
Exactly.
But when it comes to the NFL, I like that the NFL made this stance and said, "Hey, we're gonna keep in the locker room if you sit in the stance." I like that they did that. I'd rather for you to call me a nigga to my face and let me know where you stand, as opposed to talking behind my back and being real subtle about it.
I got you.
Like, let's be honest about it. Let us know how you feel about our situation. So I like that they did that.
So they like straight up, nigga, y'all can protest in the locker room where nobody can see. Y'all can do whatever the fuck you want. But on my field, you're gonna get a crazy fine if you do any type of protest.
No, and I like that they did that. I like it because we don't want to. I mean, Dave Chappelle had this joke back in the day talking about how racism, how life was back, in the 60s and stuff. He was talking about he walked out of the house. Guy said, white man walked up to a black man and said, "Morning, nigger." Black guy said, "Morning, sir," and he kept on walking.
Yeah.
Like you knew who to mess with, you knew who not to mess with. The NFL made their stance. I like that. It's their league. They get to do exactly what they so choose to do.
Yep.
Now, if you come out and you protest, they're saying they're going to suspend you, right? Or you're going to stay in the locker room. You're not playing for that game.
Well, you get fined, right?
No, they said don't even come out the locker room. From what I understand.
Oh, okay.
They said if you protest on the national anthem, you go into the locker room, don't come out. You're not coming out. So that. So I like that, right? So now they made their stance. Now what are we gonna do?
That's the thing. Like if
everybody protests on one team, and then they say everyone's stay in the locker room, do you think they're really gonna be like, okay, everyone, this game is gonna be going to the other team? We have a 3-hour time slot on ABC, NBC
that's paid for
that we need to have a game going on, and everyone sits in the locker room. So if people don't understand, as people in this country, we have a voice. All these companies, if you don't like what your employer is paying you, if you don't like how your employer is treating you, then do something about it. We don't have to sit here and take this shit.
True.
We don't.
True.
We don't. So I like that. So now let's put the NFL on stance and let them and let's see what they do.
Yeah.
Let's see what they're gonna do about this.
So do you think, just real quick, and then we'll move on to the next. Do you think, because of course there's power in numbers.
Power in numbers,
right? So do you think that the players and like the Players Association, do you think they have a next move to counter what the NFL owners have done.
That's what I believe from the information out there. That's what they're working on right now. They're looking to protest and appeal it. What will happen? I don't know. Do I think it is? I guess I never touched on that. Trump's positioning and all this. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Trump had, with his stance. I think the owners are just dicks, to be honest with you.
No, because they don't care.
I don't think it has anything to do with Trump. I think without Trump, there will still be dicks. I just think
because anything that
white elite,
right? And if you hurting their money, they gonna hurt you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So which is why Cap, he ain't gonna be back in the NFL. It's a wrap.
Okay, so we say that Cap won't be back in the NFL. So he's out of the NFL. Mm-hmm. If you were Cap, would you want to be back in the NFL?
That's how he was eating.
I'm just saying.
That's how he was eating.
Would you want to be back in the NFL? And if you got back into the NFL, what type of player would you be? Like,
yeah, because that shows a different example. You like counter pretty much.
Would you be a
you
good
negate
old boy?
what you did. I mean,
would you be a good boy?
Me myself, I'd be a good old boy.
You'd be a good old. So you tighten
Come
up.
on, man.
I wouldn't. I'd be that nigga they hated. Oh, I'd be that Ice Cube.
But hit them. Get your money, but hit them in a different aspect. No. You know what I mean? Yes, because you have a family. Your family gets accustomed to these lifestyles.
Yeah,
it's hard. You a millionaire, and you're going to go back and be a thousandaire.
Cap is not a dumb person. He's invested his money well. He has good. I don't know how much money he got in his pocket. I don't know if he had McDonald's tonight or if he has some T-bone steaks from his chef. I don't know what he's doing.
Right.
But I'd bring it to the NFL. I would bring it to their ass.
I mean, yeah, to each his own, right? That's what makes us all individuals.
Call me a house
nigga. Yeah, exactly.
Hell no, I bring it to
nigga. I'll be a house nigga with fat pockets, nigga. Straight up. But moving on, man. So, damn, I feel like, man, my shows they go in like a downward spiral of like negativity. All right. So next up in entertainment, we got Pusha-T, whose new album came out last Friday, Daytona. Which was, if you don't know, Pusha-T is on Good Music with Kanye. He's the president of Good Music.
Clips.
Yeah, former member of Clips. If you don't remember the Clips, man, there you go.
That sounded horrible.
You did. You need a little swig. Wet that whistle a little bit. Hit that high note. Try it again. There we go. So everybody knows the grinding beat, with Pharrell. He's sidekicker for real. But this project there's no Pharrell. It's all Kanye. He produced the whole album. And
I know that.
He has a song on there called Infrared where he's addressing things about Drake. Did you hear first off, did you listen to the album?
Okay, now, as you said that, I know it's called Daytona because I was reading some stuff on the blogs. I know the album just released. I wonder how many people out there really knew that Pusha T had a new album that was called Daytona. Everyone heard of the Infrared disc, but are people really following Pusha T? Like, did they know he had a new album called Daytona out before this?
If I didn't follow Kanye as closely as I do, I wouldn't have known myself. Okay. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't a fan of the Clips, but I respected their craft. They definitely were something different out of the East Coast. Not North Carolina. Was it North Carolina?
The Clips or Pusha T?
Yeah, the Clips.
I don't listen to them, man.
Anyway, they were from the East Coast, not New York East Coast, but they're from the East Coast. Different style, different swag. Of course, they talked about drug dealing and all that. The one half of the Clips, he went gospel, not gospel, but he turned his life around, started working for God and all that.
Wasn't he the drug dealer at first? He got locked up.
Both of them were in drugs. But so anyway, yeah, I wouldn't have known, but I followed Kanye so much to to where I know Pusha T's the president of Good Music, and when the album dropped, I knew of Daytona.
Okay.
listening to the album is when I got to Infrared.
Infrared. Okay.
So it was like backwards for me, but that's because I was in the know. But like you're saying, most people heard Infrared first.
Yeah.
And then they were aware of the seven song album. So I see that.
I don't even think people are still aware that he had an album out. I think people just heard the Infrared.
No.
Then the Drake diss, then the Pusha-T diss again, and because of course those, Drake's reply and Pusha's reply on any album, so to speak. So I mean, how many people follow Pusha? I could be wrong. How many people out there? How many people follow Pusha?
He has 1 million plus followers, I know, and I'm only on Instagram, so that's all I know. And I know there's other platforms. He's 1 million plus on Instagram.
He should have 1 million.
And
those
I don't know about
him like 5 years ago that are still following him.
I know, so you would assume he has.
Black people got cousins and cousins.
It goes deep, right? Roots go deep, but but you would assume he has about 1 million on other platforms, which could drive because his album is number 3 right now.
Again, and Drake is sending him that invoice.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
And
that
Drake sent them an invoice for that. Like I said, people didn't know Pusha T had an album. That line when he said, I'm gonna send y'all an invoice, like that's real shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and just to quote him, tired of sitting quiet, helping my enemies eat, getting temperature checks. They know that my head overheats. And that's pretty much like what you just said. He like he said, he's tired of helping his enemies eat, right?
Yeah.
Because he helped Kanye in some way, because we don't know. They didn't really go into details about the beef between him and Kanye because they were supposed to have a project that came out. I don't know if you knew that or not.
No.
So Kanye and Drake initially, and this was announced last year.
Okay.
At the OVO in I think Toronto.
The OVO festival they have every year. Okay.
Kanye came out and was like, hey, me and Drake got an album. We gonna put an album together. Blah blah blah.
All right.
Shit ended up flopping, or not flopping, but it never happened.
Never happened.
You know what I mean? So, but nobody knew. Right, pretty much. But nobody knew the beef behind why it didn't come out. So now you're starting to hear a little bit in these diss records, if there was a little beef, because he was saying that he was like, he was throwing ideas to Kanye, and he felt like Kanye should have been throwing ideas to him. He was like, I'm helping out the big homie. You know what I mean?
The
but
big homie need to be doing
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, who knows what happened between that?
It could be anything. I think Kanye, what happened was they're supposed to meet up, and Kanye actually had to go holler at Trump, and they had a meeting, and they were going to go eat Burger King, and then he kind of stood up Drake for that.
That's probably what it.
That's true. That's true facts. That's my sources. I ran it. That's facts.
You got to put that on the internet to make it.
That's
100.
I gotta. It ain't real till you
gotta
post
publish
it, right?
that shit. Yep.
It ain't real till you
publish
post
that
it.
shit, then it'll be real talk.
But
so what about Drake's reply to Pusha T?
You gonna start with Drake's reply, or you gonna start with Pusha T's initial?
So initial Infrared was Pusha T pretty much calling Drake out on
A bunch of shit.
Like the ghostwriting. That was the thing. Like saying you're not a real art, you're not a real rapper. He's like, he recognized, your hooks did it. That line that Jay-Z had about, or was that Nas that had about Jay-Z?
So
in Ether.
Yeah.
Okay. So he acknowledged like, you're doing it big, but it's because of your hooks, and it's because of the help that you got from your ghostwriters. So that was pretty much Infrared. And then that's when Drake responded with Duppy. Did you heard Infrared?
I heard Infrared.
What'd you think?
Infrared was okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was the whole. So Kanye produced Pusha T's album. Pusha T is insulting Drake about ghostwriting.
Mm-hmm.
Are you fucking serious? I mean, Kanye's last 2 albums were damn near ghostwritten. 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, but we all know that. You look at the credits.
Exactly. So,
look at the credits.
So I mean, why are we still talking about ghostwriting albums as if these guys have never written real lyrics ever in their life? Like, why are we talking? Why is that even like an issue right now?
Drake is
What is
not...
the real beef? What's the real beef? What's the real beef between?
The controversy. There's no real beef.
So
I don't think Pusha T has anything personally against Drake. This was all good timing because, of course, these diss tracks, they're planned. he has multiple diss tracks already out there. And I'm sure, you know, if Drake has a response, that he'll go back to the studio, alter a few lines, and put it back out there like it's happening in real time. But Pusha T is prepared for this beef.
Okay.
Drake is responding. Now he's kind of silent, you know, but it's marketing, especially for what kind of album Daytona is. It's a gangster album. All he's talking about is selling drugs.
Is it good?
I like it.
You liked it?
I liked it. You know, and
I've only heard it.
I go deep in it though because
3 times.
it's only 7. It's 7 tracks.
The whole album, Daytona.
Daytona is 7 tracks.
Gaytona.
There you go.
That's not even like.
And I don't even know if, now that you did that, I don't even know if the titles or the titles of the songs, if they start with the letters of.
No, I just said it because like, damn, you're like, I mean, if CDs need. I'm disappointed in the music game. First of all, I mean, you remember when they used to have CDs with interludes, 15, 20 tracks, and like out of the 20 tracks, like 15 were like nice. We have
more like 5 or 6 were nice.
No, what are you talking about?
5 or 6, 2 or 3 would be hits. Then you have another 3 that the whole world would still know, and then you got other songs that nobody they skip through those bitches.
Okay, now I'm not going to talk about like the Chronic album and stuff because those are classics.
You let that play,
but I can go to a lot of albums back then that was like dope, and like they had 15 tracks, and you may have like 2 that are like just shit I'm not feeling. Like one is talking about bitches and I'm married and I really just can't like that. I went to church last week, so I mean it's a good song, but like something I can't feel, so I don't like that one. But it's still a jam though.
Yeah.
So I mean, like those, like now you have like Jay-Z 444, great album, 10 tracks.
Yeah.
You know, great album. I'm right now. I'm into it. I'm like just bobbing my head. I'm about to go. That was over with.
Yeah.
It's already on repeat.
You know, but you got to think about today's listener. And I've talked about this previously.
Y'all are stupid as shit.
They don't want long albums. You know what I mean? They want short albums because their attention is very short.
I don't want to offend anybody. So
go ahead.
If y'all are offended by me calling y'all stupid, like
nobody's going to care. If they care, they'll say something.
If you care, then you're stupid. If I say y'all are stupid and you don't care, then you're not stupid. But if you're offended, then you're dumb as fuck and be offended.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying though? Like, listeners are different these days. So albums are getting shorter because of the attention span of the listener. So I get it.
Agreed.
You know, so, but you know, you asked about the timing of this album. You know, Drake is like a deer in the headlights. He got hit with some shit that he wasn't expecting. This is a planned attack by Pusha T, you know, to promote album streams. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's all about now. You know, his show is going to get popular. What you looking at?
No, so as you were saying earlier, I'm going back. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that, but
go back.
The initial track, I was all right. It kind of got the shit going. He was talking about, you know, the ghost writing. And I really didn't listen to it too good. I heard like once, twice. It was the I was in my car. The highs and lows was kind of. So anyway,
I got you.
The W is called W, right? The Drake's reply to the first Pusha T.
Duppy, yeah.
That one was cold. Like that one, I liked that one.
Okay.
I was feeling that, and I liked it because he was talking about his punchlines was there. He had good flow to it. Like I just don't like Pusha T's flow. It's real monotone, it's real to me. Drake, I like that song. And then the one that he came out with, the Adonis one about his son, Adidon or whatever, I thought that was too much. I thought that was too much.
I said that earlier today.
That's snitch shit. That's too much.
Well, yeah, you know, and of course, people we don't know.
We don't know what.
But Drake's people knew that about his son. Like this is news to people that it really don't fucking matter.
Yeah.
You know, we don't matter. But his people knew. And then what's his name? Pusha was like, you know, you got personal and Duppy mentioning my fiance. You know, so
he didn't mention his fiance at first.
That line is crossed.
He's I'm gonna put a ring. I don't like your wife. Like he didn't really. He's not like talking shit about his wife.
He kept it subtle. I hear what you're saying.
I think it was subtle. I think it was just a metaphor, like you know. But then on the other one that Pusha T came out with, the second one, I thought like, you know, I just didn't feel it. It was like it's like the Eminem track. Like basically, you know how Eminem on 8 Mile when he went on the mic and dissed himself and talked about all his personal stuff before
before the other guy could even do it.
Yeah, before he did it. I think that's kind of what Pusha-T beat him to the point. So I'm just gonna talk about you, about your real shit before you talk about it. But I mean, Drake being a black dude from Canada with no real black presence there, of course he's gonna have trouble finding his true blackness when he comes to America. His parents didn't grow up together, divorced, mother. I mean, shit.
So you're on Drake's side on this.
I got us Drake's, our Steph Curry's, our Damien's.
You sticking to the light skin that you call.
I gotta ride with Drake.
You going there, man? You know what?
I gotta ride with Drake.
I get it. You know, you gotta stick with your people, man. You gotta stick with your people, man. Anyway, man, moving on. But you know, you made some good points though, man. Like in that last response that Pusha T had, you know, he went a little too far. You know, putting this shit out there. And then talking about his producer 40 and him having multiple sclerosis. You don't talk about what disease a nigga may have.
I didn't have a problem. See, I didn't have a problem.
You didn't have a problem with that?
I didn't have a problem. I mean, if you don't hit somebody, hit somebody. But at least that, you know, but talking about like stupid stuff, like he's paying child support, his money's gonna be low because the other kid. How many of them niggas out there pay child support? How many regular dudes pay child support on kids? That's like a common fact. Right. My dad wasn't in my family. How common is that? You know what I mean? So he's talking about stuff that's like, okay, so what? Right. Be charismatic. Hit me with something. Get a punchline. But I don't know. I'm not a Pusha T fan, so I'm biased on this one.
I got you. Man.
One for the light skinned guys.
Hey, you got to stick together, I guess.
First round, Infrared and Duppy. I give that to Drake. This one right now, we have the Adidon or whatever.
Story of Adidon.
And then we have the hopeful Drake. So we're seeing what's going to happen in the second round. First round, Drake won. We're trying to wait to see who's going to close out the second.
We got to wait on the second response from
Drake. You're on the clock, man. You're on like Kenny Sam said. K-Sam, he said, Drake, you're on the clock. Yeah, 48 more hours to come up with a reply. You lost that, man.
It's crazy, man. Tom is winding down. He needs to say something. So, so anyway, man, we're at the end of the show pretty much, man.
Yeah.
How you feeling? You still good? We got a little more time for With It or Quit It.
I got time. I got time.
All right, man. You know, this is cool, man. Like, natural conversation, right? And it just flows.
Man, it's kind of cool because, I mean, we went through this on a little backstory. So this is like my big brother, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Me and this dude, we went through a lot, good and bad.
Yep.
But, I mean, so we went to college together. And I'm older than him, but I was that annoying little brother to him, so it kind of took a little bit for us to warm up to each other. But once we did, we was cool.
Yep.
So doing this is like going back to Dez, just sitting there talking shit. Now we just got everybody listening to us.
You know what I mean?
Enjoying it, yeah.
Hopefully, and hopefully we'll bring a lot more content, a lot more entertaining. You know, a lot more insightful. A lot more motivational, whatever the fuck, you know, whatever the fuck the reason is that they listen.
Man.
If they like the way we look, they like the way we sound, whatever the case may be.
Man,
we gonna hit you from all angles.
We got stories. We went to college together.
Right.
We got stories.
Shit, college and as adults, nigga.
And as adults. we got content for you.
Real talk, man. So this is definitely
the women and children to bed though.
Yeah. Well, you know what? No, we need as many listeners as possible right now. Just to be honest. So women and kids, y'all can listen.
Fuck, let your children
just close your ears if you can't stand it.
We need to view us, goddamn.
All right, man. So we got With It or Quit It. So with With It or Quit It, man, it's pretty much like a hot or not. You know, I'm gonna throw a topic out there, and you let me know if you're with it or quit that shit.
Go ahead.
Easy enough.
Yeah, I can follow that.
So one thing that I'm guilty of, and I think we're all guilty of, men and women, following IG models or following models on social media. With it or quit it.
Quit it. I don't do that.
Explain. Why don't you follow models?
Cause man, like I feel like my opportunity to fuck is very slim to none. I don't see the point of following them. I can't. You know, they're not fucking. We're not friends. I just don't see the point, man.
They're nothing to you.
They're
pretty much.
nothing
They're
to
nothing
me.
to you.
They're not. I mean, it's like, all right, bitch. Bitch, you can follow me though.
Damn.
Is that rude?
Okay, I'm with that. You can follow me though, but
I mean, what am I gonna follow?
it'll probably be a robot.
They're never
from their account. Yeah, so
They're like, what am I
you.
gonna follow them for? So I can see half naked ass pictures.
That's why I look at them.
I don't see the point.
You look at the pictures.
I don't see the point, man. But I mean, so quit it. No,
quit it. Got you. All right. Next up, 40-year-old rappers. With it or quit it?
With it.
You like the old rappers?
I like the old school rappers. I with it.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that one because, you know, there's a certain game to an older rapper. You know what I mean? And they're kicking like different knowledge than they did back in their 20s and 30s. Like a good example is, you know, Jay-Z and what he did with 444. Way different album than what he put out in the past because he's not at that stage anymore. This is shit that we can relate to as we grow with him.
All y'all suckers out there that does not feel that 444, y'all are trash. Y'all are worst representation of hip hop and society we live in.
So what was 444 to you?
444 was an encyclopedia. 444 was a message on. I mean, you gotta understand, Jay-Z ain't the same Reasonable Doubt Jay-Z.
Right.
He ain't selling drugs no more. Jay-Z got kids.
Mm-hmm.
He got a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Cheated on her. He learned from it.
Mm-hmm.
He's making millions. He's trying to invest.
And I'm kind of suspect on the cheating thing. I think that was that's propaganda. But anyway, go ahead. I ain't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead, man. I don't think he cheated.
You don't think he cheated?
I don't think that was a real situation between the two of them.
Well, just like it's everybody here decide. Just like, you know, Jay-Z did cheat.
Okay.
And you gotta imagine it. If Beyonce can get cheated on. If Beyonce can get cheated
Very
on.
true. Anybody
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Michelle Obama, you're next.
But you gotta think, man.
Is that rude?
Michelle Obama's next.
If
Whoa, hold up. Stop the tape. I'm finna stop recording. Fuck that. Alright, you can be controversial. But you can't talk about the Obamas, man. And you can't say that Barack Obama is going to cheat on Michelle like that.
I'm not saying the motherfucking thing. This is all for the late night.
You out of line, man. Anyway, that's cool. All right, man. So, next up. You want to elaborate?
Oh, well, no, I'm just saying the 444 was a good album. It was a very, it was an encyclopedia. I mean, shit, listen to the album.
I did.
I heard a lot of people, because, you know, it came out and I posted it, and everyone's talking about, well, the album was, I don't want to listen to music and be taught something. I don't want to listen to something where I'm learning something.
They want to dance and all that shit.
What do you mean you don't want to learn something? What type of, you know, this dude is giving you, like you said, he's giving you $1 million worth of game for $9.99. How can you not listen to it? And half y'all niggas bootlegged it anyway. So that $9.99 you paid.
Niggas still bootlegging?
No, niggas going on YouTube and shit, you know.
Oh, rip it off of YouTube.
A lot of people have it on.
Guilty. I rip a lot of audio off.
A lot of people have it on free Spotify, and they skipping 6 times an hour until the next 4 song come up. That's kind of what they do.
Crazy, man. All right, so we got. All right, next up, the NSA and their ability to access all of our cameras here in the United States. With it or quit it?
With it.
Elaborate.
When I jack off using my phone, I cover I go like this.
I thought you was going to spit some game.
I go like this, so you can't see. So like they can't see me on this side, on that side, and on this side they can't see my face.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah,
just let them watch.
Maybe
somebody enjoys it.
It'd be dark and shit. I got a lot of candles and shit, you know, make it romantic. But no, I mean, with NSA, I'm not doing nothing wrong in life. So I don't see no need to hide what I'm doing. But again, my biggest thing, I have kids, man. Like, I really have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone talks about that tracker stuff, putting trackers on
Yeah.
people. I would put a tracker inside my child if I could.
Mm-hmm.
For the simple fact if something ever happened to, I could be able to find them and see
Right.
where they at.
Yeah.
But like, you know, even if I'm not doing nothing. I don't care if you put a tracker on me.
So nothing to hide. You don't care.
None to hide.
I'm with you on that. And, you know, and you got to think, I'm with it also. So you got to think bigger picture, you know, national security. You know, a lot of things can be stopped
Yeah.
from the people that do have like real shit to hide.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff can be stopped from the NSA, you know, to prevent mass casualties, you know, which you can't prevent them all. But yeah, terrorism, like all kinds of things. So I'm totally with it, man. And I don't mind, you know, if I'm doing something private and they're watching, I don't know. So fuck it.
It's like the people are thinking there's gonna be some website, some random guy jackingoff.com website to where they have just random people doing crazy shit. Like, that's not what the NSA is doing with their time. They have some real
Random
serious
guy
shit.
randomguyjackingoff.com.
See if that URL is taken. Random
guy jacking off.
And as you're doing this, NSA is looking at you, staring at your face. It's looking at the guy.
Should I hit enter?
Enter. And hit enter, see what it says. Oh shit, it's a pack!
No, it's not. No, it doesn't exist.
That'd be goofy.
All right, now if you take that idea, we need to trademark that shit real quick.
1, 2,
Real quick.
Randomguyjackingoff.com.
That sounds like a porn site that could be profitable.
I don't think I want to
Just
see
saying.
random dudes.
Not for us, but I'm sure there are people that want to watch that.
Is that a thing? Women, ladies, y'all watch Jack?
I got a big finger waving left and right, up and a
female-
thumbs down and a big
I don't
head
mind
shake.
watching females masturbate at all.
Why can't women watch a dude?
Y'all don't
It's
like
not-
watching guys masturbate?
It's not sensual. It's barbaric, disgusting. No. What if it was okay? Let's change it. So what if it was like someone you knew, someone you were into? Would you watch them masturbate on randomguyjackingoff.com? Shut up. Man.
I personally wouldn't watch nobody jack off on.
So okay, let's take it a little further. You wouldn't watch. Of course.
Random guy. No. I mean, no.
Now maybe random guy can be men and women.
Random person. Now, I would go through and I'd just scroll.
Guy
like,
can
you got
go
a link,
for
they have
both
like
ways.
his and hers.
There you go.
I clicked the hers and I just scrolled there.
Yeah, dude, that trademark. Real talk.
That
Trademark.
Anybody that
Don't
has
steal it.
Any graphic designing information out there, you listening? Hit us up. Make a website.
I think I know a guy who's a graphic. Dan Dose.
Dan Dose.
Shout out.
Dan Dose Media.
Yep. Shout out, man. You know.
He's a Christian. He go to church.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not doing that.
He's a man though.
He's
a man.
He's married. He has kids.
Okay. All right. I'll take that back. Then.
He's a good man. Dan, I love you, man. Where you at, man? Holler at me.
Shout out, man. So, lastly, we got Rosanne Barr.
Oh, we could talk about this.
Now we gotta be quick. Rosanne Barr and her racist comments.
Okay.
And her show getting canceled. With it or quit it.
With it, I'm quit it.
Quit that shit. So you're not with the comments.
Time out.
No second chance, no nothing.
I'm with the point where I don't think what she said was bad.
Okay.
That's so. Is that with it or is that quit it?
That's with it.
With it. So I'm with what she said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So hold on now.
Why is everybody looking at me? Everybody looking at me. My eyeballs got big and they look at me like, what is this nigga talking about?
So you know what she said, right?
She said, Brotherhood Muslim plus Planet of the Apes monkey.
Yeah.
Now, before we discuss this comment and tweet she posted, have you seen the picture of this Planet of the Ape Muslim-looking woman? Have you seen the picture?
I forget her name. Do you remember her name?
Janet Monkey. I think her name was Caesar. Her name was Caesar. That was her name. Caesar.
Okay, now I'm finna look her up real quick. Because I didn't, I think I seen her on like an interview. She wasn't a good looking woman.
No, it wasn't that she wasn't good looking. She looked like. So okay, now this is what it is. Okay, now this is my biggest thing about
Valerie Jarrett. Keep going, but
okay,
the name's Valerie Jarrett.
Look, y'all, everyone.
Oh.
Okay, now everyone.
Whoa.
You haven't seen it. You haven't seen her before. She looks like Caesar's aunt.
Oh my God! Please,
everyone.
y'all got your phones?
Look it up, please.
Look up Valerie Jarrett.
No, look. Okay, now this is
oh
my thing.
My God!
First, no. See, and people are commenting on shit that they don't even know the backstory. So this is my thing.
Oh man,
racism is a real deal, guys.
True.
Like racism really fucking exists,
and it's nothing new.
Racism
it's
is
been since the start of time.
Hanging people, burning crows, beating people up for saying hello. Racism is a real thing.
True.
Racism isn't calling someone that is Muslim a Muslim who looks like someone crossed with a monkey. That's not racism. That's funny shit.
You know
the thing that you say about Michael Jackson, a white woman crossed with a monkey? Like,
right.
People have made fun of people's looks and appearance, comedians especially, since the beginning of time.
True.
So to make a funny observation about somebody.
Hella funny.
What's
wrong with that, right?
And she and now
man.
From what that tweet stated, brotherhood, Muslim brotherhood plus Planet of the Apes monkey. From that alone is not racist. That shit's funny as fuck from a comedian. Now, Roseanne, she's done other things that may have been questionable, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this post, this tweet, talking about that monkey trap face looking ass lady here.
You know what? I did not hear anything close to your view on that, and that makes perfect sense just by looking at this picture.
A comedian called a Muslim that looks like a monkey, a Muslim who looks like a monkey.
And other comedians have said a lot worse. Actually, what's the guy from Seinfeld who was calling the dude a straight up nigger for heckling him? You know what I mean? Versus this.
Well, shit. We'll go further.
Maybe
Dave Chappelle made a skit on his opening episode, I believe, of the Chappelle Show with Gordon
Gordon Bixby. Yep.
He was a black dude dressed up as a KK. He is literally making fun of that's what comedy is. Comedians can make like comedy is making fun of people's downfalls and sorrows. Mm-hmm. Michelle Wolf, she went on the congressional dinner. What was it called?
I don't know.
The presidential congressional dinner, I think it was. Okay. And she went up on stage and was talking shit about everybody. Trump, talking about that lying girl, Ann Coulter, and the Huckabee. Mm-hmm. She was out there talking stuff about her appearance, talking about how she had black eyes because she's old and she used her makeup. Okay. Makeup a lot of old references, a lot of bad stuff about the. And that was funny, and that was cool. But the reason why I think it's such a bad backlash is because Rosanne Barr is an open Trump supporter. Mm-hmm. So, of course, her being an open Trump supporter, and I'm not a Trump supporter, I don't give a fuck about Trump, but her being an open Trump supporter, anything she says and does is going to be taken as evil and racist, even if it's not. Mm-hmm. Whereas someone like Michelle Wolf or you and me can say something like that, and it's going to be kind of funny, so to speak. Yeah. So and that's how. That's
a good point though. That's
any Trump supporter do anything right now is going to be taken overboard.
Damn good point.
Because Roseanne, I haven't watched the reboot of Roseanne, but that was a great
Oh, you
show.
haven't?
I haven't. But
the reboot is almost as good as the original. It's really good. I enjoy it.
Roseanne,
and I've watched it growing up too.
Roseanne, growing up, she was the only family show that actually had a real family that you could see in your own household. Shit wasn't fake about it. She had a real family. Kids was doing shit. She was whooping their ass, getting on them. Kids acting bad. It was a real representation of an American family. So I like the show. I haven't seen the reboot.
Check it out, man. Well, shit. It's on down Hulu now.
Hulu.
Are they gonna take it down? It's canceled. Will they take it down?
Well, canceling that making. I could probably check that bitch on. I don't know. Roseanne reboot cancel.com.
Probably. You probably. Let's see if that's an actual website. No, I'm kidding. All right, man. So that's it. This is episode 4, man. Tell everybody how they can reach out to you.
Oh, look me up, man. I'm on Instagram. What is it?
Visually underscore me.
Visually underscore me. Mm-hmm. That's how you can find me on Instagram, Facebook. Mm-hmm. Damian Chandler. I'm my government name. You may find me under sophisticated.
I don't know the Facebook deal.
Oh shit! I know I'm on Facebook. Damian Chandler. Damn, I should probably know this stuff, huh? You can call me at 210. I know my number. But no, yeah, real talk. IG, visually ME, visually underscore ME. On Twitter, Mavriq, Mavriq underscore ENT. And you can find me, man. I have a website, Mavriq, MAVRIQENT gaming, GAMING.com. All my information is there. My phone number. You can hit me up, call me, message me, email me. I am easy to find.
That's what's up, man. And you can find me only on Instagram. I don't do Facebook and all that other fake shit.
Not yet.
Instagram's pretty fake too. But you can catch me at _WTII_. I don't know if you can just type in WTII, because all the people that I asked, they already know me and probably follow me. So I would just pop up already at the top. But anyway, at _WTII_. Also, if you're looking on YouTube, there's a plethora of Warcraft videos that you got to go through. Plethora. There's a shit ton of like Warcraft videos that you got to go through. So type in WTII, and I started from episode 3. Sorry. So episode 3, episode 4, or I'm sorry, WTII EP3. You got to scroll through the bullshit. You'll find me. All right. It's going to take some time to get past it.
We're gonna make it easier for you guys.
How's that?
I have no fucking idea.
I mean, we just got to put a lot of content out, and those videos are like 4 years old. So hopefully, we can beat the YouTube algorithm, and with WTII being typed in, I'll be at the top of that search. So anyway, yeah, you can catch me there. You can catch me at YouTube. You can catch me also at SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and Spreaker. If you follow Spreaker as well. Y'all want to give a shout out real quick? Y'all look like you're ready for it.
You don't have like a Memorial Day shout out or nothing like that? No.
Nothing. You don't exist right now? Okay. All right. They're not here. All right. So anyway, man, that's what time it is. We appreciate y'all listening. Check us out episode 5 next week. I put this out on Sundays. You got to give me time to mix this shit because I'm the one-man band, baby. Anyway, catch y'all next time. Peace.
Nigga, the jump was fall.
I did.
Hey, that was fun.
And that shit was on camera.